Alright guys, hello, hope you're all doing well. In today's video what I want to look into is the recently announced No Man's Sky update titled the Synthesis Update. I am fully aware that I'm quite late to this and please do excuse the lateness, but regardless, what I wanted to do today is give my initial thoughts on this update, kind of break down what it appears to be about, and give my 2 cents on what I think Synthesis is going to be like. Now, it's important to note that I'm not going to be delving into the intense speculation in this video. I'm going to be saving that for a whole other video, which will be completely devoted to breaking down the update, breaking down what I think will be in it, what won't be in it, what it's going to do for the game, etc, etc. So consider this video more of an introduction than anything. So with all of that said and done, please do sit back and relax. Let's get started. Alright, so the Synthesis update was revealed to us from the recent development update. This is something which Hello Games likes to do, where they basically give a breakdown of what's going on with the game, what's going on with the community, etc, etc. At the end of this development update, there is a short paragraph which addresses the future of No Man's Sky, and this is where we first find our introduction to the Synthesis update. So the paragraph reads the following. Here at the studio, we're busy working hard on some impactful future updates. However, there are a number of polished features that we just couldn't wait to release, addressing areas of the game we knew folks in the community were crying out for. We're currently in the process of grouping these into something we're calling the Synthesis update, and we're excited to be able to let you know that this update is planned for release very soon. Whilst in the background, we continue to work on new features and content. In the meantime, Synthesis is about bringing together polish and small quality of life improvements to address many of the requests we see from the community. We look forward to sharing it with you. Thank you so much, Papa Sean. Alright, so that is the brief information we have on the Synthesis update, and the first thing which we can take from this paragraph is the fact that the Synthesis update is described as being a group of polish and quality of life fixes addressing areas of No Man's Sky which the community have been crying out for. So this is incredibly important to take note of, because Hello Games are essentially outright saying that this Synthesis update isn't necessarily going to be a content update. It's not going to be something similar to Beyond or Next or maybe even Abyss Visions, but rather an update that aims to fix more than add more. It's also interesting to note that the features that we are going to be seeing in this update were supposedly part of impactful future updates that Hello Games were working on, but they then decided to launch these features as their own small update because they were finished. This does imply that this update is a little bit thrown together in the moment and wasn't necessarily planned, and this isn't a bad thing by any means. However, it is something we kind of saw with Visions, where Visions was a lot of smaller changes and additions that were released as kind of like a early taster for things to come, something to keep us busy, and I'm getting the same kind of vibe from the Synthesis update. What is also very important to note is that Hello Games are saying the Synthesis update is going to be releasing very soon. There is hopefully going to be confirmation on when that update is going to be released this week, with either a trailer or a development update or something of the sorts, or perhaps it's even entirely possible that the update will just drop this week without any kind of heads up, like how 1.1, 1.2 and kind of 1.3 did as well. The little nod to the fact that Hello Games are still working on future updates also confirms that they aren't done with big No Man's Sky updates, big updates that are on the same kind of scale as Next and Beyond. So this seems to suggest that we are still going to receive large content updates further down the line, something which a few members in the community, or should I say a large portion of the community, were actually debating whether or not we are even going to get big updates anymore now that No Man's Sky has reached 2.0. But of course this paragraph does clear that up, and that is always nice to see from Hello Games. So without giving much away, because as I said, this is all for another video. I do strongly believe that the synthesis update won't be an exciting update in the traditional sense. I think it's going to mainly bring No Man's Sky up to a higher standard of polish. I mean, this is exactly what was stated in the paragraph, and whatever these community wishes are will be addressed. This is extremely interesting to look at because Hello Games are saying that they have essentially put the biggest requests of the community into this synthesis update. But you have to remember that this is in the context of polish, so stuff like variation and the big kind of requests that we have been talking about in the community for a long time, in my opinion, aren't all that likely to be added in with this update. My biggest assumption is that synthesis is going to be an update which fixes a lot of what Beyond didn't do right. It is no secret that Beyond broke a lot of stuff in No Man's Sky, and even still to this day there are some things that shouldn't be there, and the game is very, very different to how it was before Beyond released. Synthesis, I'm guessing, is going to be the content update that patches all of that together, ties up some loose ends, and maybe, if we're lucky, adds a little bit more content which we weren't expecting. Again, I'm going to be delving into a lot more detail about this in the other video, so please do stay tuned for that. However, for today's video, I think that just about covers it. Please do check out my Patreon and my Discord server, both of which will be linked in the description of the video. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and as always, if you guys enjoyed it, then please do feel free to leave a like on it, and I will see you guys on my next video. This is SkintBoot, signing out.